Whoo, what's that word? What's that word? Family. Hey man, check it out. We got a show. We got a goddamn show tonight, y'all. Hey, give me a minute. You know how YouTube is. Let me sip my tequila sunrise for a second because we got a lot of things to talk about. Really, we got a lot of things to talk about, man. It's getting worse and worse. Uh in the community, man. In the community is getting worse. So we got a lot of shit to talk about. But let me tell y'all what we're gonna be talking about tonight, right? We're gonna be talking about Fat Joe, man. Fat Joe says hip hop is 50% Latino, 50% black. What do y'all think about that? You know what I'm saying? And he get the name and all of these so-called Latinos that look black, fabulous. Pop Smoke, Pop Smoke, rather, excuse me. He said Pop Smoke is half Hispanic. What do y'all think about that, man? I seen the naps in that nigga head, man. I don't know how Hispanic he is, but 50%. A lot of people got an issue with that, Fat Joe. And Fat Joe, one thing about Fat Joe, man, I think that Fat Joe is almost like a troll, man. I really do, man. I think Fat Joe is almost like a troll, bro. Sometimes he said a lot of stuff that gains controversy, but he was on a show with Angie Martinez, man, and he said this particular statement that hip hop is 50% Latino. What do y'all think about that, man? All right. So we're gonna be talking about that. We're gonna dive into that. We're gonna also dive into the 600 breezy situation, man. A lot of niggas is out here saying that 600 breezy was snitching in his latest Vlad TV interview. Was he just a little bit too happy to be on Vlad? Was that why he was trying to say something controversial, trying to say something that was going to be a viral moment? I'm not sure, but everybody blaming everything on King Von nowadays, man. Since King Von ain't here to defend himself, you got to bring it to us. We got to let y'all know how we feel about it, right? And THF Crack, THF Crack, man. He's one of Lil Durk's homies. I'm guessing. He's part of the THF crew. He was arrested, man. He was arrested for child molestation, man, kidnapping a child and doing all type of shit to a child, man. Let me know how y'all feel about all of this in the comment section. But we're gonna start off with Fat Joe, man. Fat Joe was kicking it with his homegirl Angie Martinez, and he said that hip hop, 50% of hip hop belongs to Latinos, man. And he also said something else that was very interesting to me, man. He said that a Mexican is going to be the next superstar. He said a Mexican will be a person that's going to be higher than everybody. You know why? Because he'll be able to speak in Spanish, he'll be able to speak in English, and he's just going to be a outright just raw ass MC, man. But y'all remember that Mexican dude that just came out about a couple of weeks ago, a week ago, saying that he wouldn't sign to a black person? Does that sound like hip hop, Fat Joe? Does that sound like hip hop? We had a Mexican guy come out and say that he wouldn't sign to a black person. He want to stay with his own kind. So my thing was, why are you making rap music? Why not make mariachi music? That's y'all own kind right there. You can make mariachi music with a hip hop twist to it. Why are you trying to bring in Kodak Black on your tracks? Why are you trying to get NBA Youngboy when you know good and goddamn well that you want to be working with Mexicans? Why not just work with Bad Bunny? Why not work with Fat Joe? You know what I'm saying? And for him to say that he don't want to sign with a Mexican, that was kind of odd, but that's part of the story. And we also got 600 Breezy. Like I said, we got 600 Breezy on Vlad TV. And a lot of people were saying that 600 Breezy was too excited to be on Vlad TV and he got the snitch and he got the talking just a little bit too much. All right, so let's dive into this first one I'm gonna talk about. I'm gonna talk about the Fat Joe situation, man. Fat Joe, shout out to Fat Joe. He's a legend in hip hop. Fat Joe is undeniable. Him, Big Pun, they undeniable. But in New York, they live with blacks, man. Latinos and blacks live together, man. Dominicans, uh, fucking Puerto Ricans, all of them, they live together. But let's not forget that the United Blood Nation will start in the New York County Jail because of Latino violence to blacks, man. Latino violence to blacks was the reason why they started the Blood Nation, because the Latinos had, Norteños and Latin Kings and all of that shit, and they all ran together. Of course, they all run together under the Latina banner, you know what I'm saying, or Latino banner. They all run together. And my thing is this, Fat Joe, Latinos, in my honest opinion, in my honest opinion, Latinos are 20% of hip hop. Oh, Lo, that's controversial. How could you say something like that? Latinos did breakdance and they was doing the graffiti and they stopped. You know what I'm saying? They ain't doing documentaries on graffiti artists that's out here doing graffiti right now today. They not doing documentaries on that. They're not making movies about the graffiti artists. But of course they are. Of course they are. But hip hop is controlled by the African diaspora. Now, what do I mean when I say African diaspora, right? It's just like an African American and an African. We're mixed, man. We got white blood going through our veins, being from America. Every last one of us, even my black ass, right? We're mixed. So that covers the mixed blood that's in the black community right now today. So he brought up a couple of names. He brought up Pop Smoke, said Pop Smoke, his father, some shit was Puerto Rican. He brought up Carmelo Anthony. He brought up Lala Anthony, all of that stuff, right? But those are dark skinned Latinos, right? So if a cop seen them, he's not gonna think Latino, right? Fabulous. He's gonna think black, right? A cop see those guys, he's not gonna say, 4 Latino male ran that way. No, it was 4 niggas that ran that way. And that's what the cops gonna say. That's what the cops gonna think. And I know that. And y'all know that, right? He's not gonna say Latino. But when you look at Fat Joe, he admitted in that video that he's a white Latino. He got green eyes, lighter skin than Carmelo Anthony, then Pop Smoke. He said it himself. So it's a difference. So regardless to the fact, if they know how to speak Spanish, if they grandmama Spanish, if they father Spanish, if they dark skin, they look darker than me, or they look my complexion, them niggas black, man. They Afro Latino. We just came out with that word a few years back. Afro Latinos. They not Latinos like the Mexicans. Because look at the Mexicans. The guy Swifty Blue that just came out and said he wouldn't sign to a black person for no reason in the world, not even for $1 million. And I brought up a situation that Kid Frost from Los Angeles said. He said that Easy E gave him $1 million back in the day, and he had the one song La Raza. I really don't know much about him. He probably was much bigger in the Latino or the Mexican community. And let me say that too. Do y'all know that Mexicans and Puerto Ricans don't really like each other, bro? Do y'all know that? Dominicans and Puerto Ricans, they don't really like each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, as a culture, they don't like each other. But blacks, and they say the same thing about American blacks and African blacks, right? We don't like each other, which could be true, could not be true. I really don't know too many Africans that don't like me as a human being, that don't look at me as a black man, regardless to the fact if they got a different culture. Of course, we don't like each other for fucking sports teams. We don't like each other from different cities. So of course it makes sense for a Puerto Rican and a Mexican to maybe they don't see eye to eye all the time, or they get into it all the time. They don't like each other's culture. I seen that shit in Cook County Jail, man. The Puerto Ricans was laughing at the Mexicans, and the Mexicans was upset with the Puerto Ricans, whatever, man. But my whole point is, he named all those black folks that don't look Latino, that hang around a group of blacks. You know what I'm saying? They don't hang around Latinos. Even Alpo Martinez, the nigga Alpo Martinez, the biggest snitch in New York, man, had a Latino last name. And what did Alpo do? He hung with the niggas. He knew Spanish. He was hanging with the blacks because he was dark skinned. Fat Joe hang with white Latinos. Keeping it real. His whole squad is a squad of white Latinos. He fuck with blacks. You know, he had Remy Ma, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of other people that was black. He definitely worked with blacks. But the thing is, his immediate crew, besides, you know, Remy Ma and a couple of other brothers, but his peoples, man, back when in the big pun days, all that shit, all of them was Latinos, man. Clearly, you can tell that they were Latinos. And my thing is, Latinos, sir, Mr. Joe, Latinos were 50% in hip hop. That's just like somebody said, well, a white man invented basketball. We was just better at it, right? We was better at it, more exciting at it. We left the crowd going wild more than the white players. And that's what they saw and that's what they wanted. They wanted that excitement. So they kept on bringing more and more blacks in until blacks finally damn near took over the NBA. You don't even think of white people. Like kids today that they look at basketball as a black sport, man. They probably think a black man invented this shit. But at the same time, somebody said something very interesting on another show, man. And somebody said, all right, if Latinos build hip hop, right, they got 50% stake in hip hop, right? It's just like I build a building, right? And you down there and you passing me the bucket of water, the bucket of paint, whatever. But if I built the building and all you did was pass me the bucket, you didn't build the building. You didn't build it. We built that shit, Fat Joe. That's just plain and simple. We built hip hop. We made hip hop what it is today, man. Hip hop is a $1 billion industry that was made by blacks and Latinos. Let's get it straight. And Latinos. But the foundation come from blacks. The blacks maintain the building. You know what I'm saying? So when Fat Joe, he say that shit, he also said that a Mexican, like I said, a Mexican was gonna be the biggest star out of all of them. Because a Mexican, and it all depends on what Mexican it is, man. If it's one of those Southern Mexicans that's racist against blacks, you know, it's gonna come out. It's gonna come out just like the homeboy Swifty or whatever the fuck his name was that said that goofy shit on TV. But guess what, Swifty Blue, you let me know your name now. You let me know your name. So now I know your name. And if I see it someplace, I'm gonna immediately turn from your shit because I don't want to hear your shit. I don't give a fuck if you will be the Mexican Eminem. But what do y'all think about that shit though, man? Do y'all think that Latinos are 50% in the hip hop culture? Are they worth 50% of the culture? Are they just as much worth black folks in hip hop? You know what I'm saying? And let's look at the Latino stars. We got Bad Bunny going number one. Shout out to Bad Bunny. Never really heard his music. I probably heard it. Don't know who the hell he is still. But you know, we got my favorite Latino, Cardi B, right? We got Cardi B. And the thing about Cardi B is, look what she did, man. She married a black man. She married a black motherfucker, man. That nigga so black, that nigga could be my shadow. That nigga so black, my shadow, that's my shadow son. You know what I'm saying? That's how black that nigga Offset is. But shout out to Offset, shout out to Cardi B. Nothing to take away from Cardi B, man. I love her as an artist. She's my favorite female rapper. But when we look at all the women that's in hip hop, that's actually rapping, that's actually making R&B tracks, I put Bruno Mars into hip hop too because the music that he makes, even though it's more R&B, it's all under the hip hop umbrella. So I put him into that same category. But look, let me tell y'all this. Let me tell y'all this, man. Like I said before, I give Latinos 20%. And like I said, look at Cardi B and look at her versus the women of hip hop. Got Megan Thee Stallion, we got the City Girls, we got all them other dials, Asian dials, and fucking China dials, and all of that shit, man. Majority of those people identify as black. Cardi B is the only one that identifies as a Latino, which she should because that's what she is. All right, so y'all tell me about that whole entire debacle in the comment section, and we'll come back later and discuss that. Let's move on a little bit. Moving on, man. THF crack. THF crack, man. If y'all don't know THF Crack, he's part of the THF movement, which is also like an extended arm of OTF or extended arm of Glory Boys or whatever you want to call it, O Block. They all part of the same movement. You know, they all follow the same direction. They all in the same goddamn gang. Hell, you know what I'm saying? And if that's snitching, then call me a goddamn snitch. I just snitched on the motherfucker. They all part of the same fucking gang. You know what I'm saying? So what we got here, man, is THF Crack was arrested, man. You say, oh, low. Well, he's a Chicago rapper, drill rapper, comedian, a motherfucker that's known. You know, I just checked out his interview with 16 Shot on Visual. Shout out 16, my homeboy. But the thing is about THF Crack. THF Crack was arrested for kidnapping, holding hostage, or not letting loose a 13-year-old girl, man. Whoa. Sex with a minor, man. Sex with a minor. 13-year-old girl supposed to be the victim. And I'm gonna get to Mimo 600 because you know Mimo 600 has some words to say about the whole entire situation. Shout out to Mimo 600. You know what I'm saying? He funny as hell. God, please protect Mimo 600. You know what I'm saying? Protect Mimo, man. You know, he need to be alive, man. And he need to be out here talking shit and showing the world, you know, his antics and how funny he can be, but he just need to slow it down just a little bit. But please keep Mimo 600 in your good grace, Heavenly Father. All right, so THF Crack was arrested, man, on multiple charges. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, I don't know the situation behind the young lady, but I do know this, man. I don't like when women dress their girls up like women. Like it makes no sense. I put a picture in my community section a few weeks back, and it had a young girl basically with fishnet stockings on, Gucci from head to toe, looking like an adult, man. And it make no sense because that child was like 6 or 7 years old. And I'm pretty sure it's a lot of grown men that's looking at that picture and that's getting their rocks off by looking at that young child, man. So if you're a young girl and you out here in these streets, man, 13 years old, this nigga's a grown fucking man. First off. 13-year-old girl, man, he should have knew better, bro. It makes no common sense. Now, a nigga like me wouldn't be called dead around no goddamn children. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna be around your children. I don't want to be around your children. I don't want to be nowhere near your children. Keep your children to theyself. You know what I'm saying? Keep your children with you. Cause I don't want to be around them motherfuckers, man. But 13 years old, man, that's sick. That's sick as fuck. That's sick as fuck, bro. That also reminds me of a story, man. All right, and I'm gonna tell y'all, man. So guess what, man? Get the popcorn because it's story time. All right. So I had moved outside of Chicago. We moved all out of town. You know, a lot of us moved out of town and shit because Chicago is dangerous for the rappers. So what the fuck you think is dangerous for the regular civilians? So if you're smart and you got the means, get the fuck up out of Chicago. A lot of people don't want to leave Chicago because you get a lot of benefits in Chicago. So we got a lot of people that just want to be, they don't want to go to work every single day. They don't want to become something more than what they are, man. They good with the Section 8. They good with low income jobs. They good with all of this type of shit, right? But we moved up out of Chicago, and I bumped heads with one of my homies from Chicago, and he was fucking with this nigga from out there. You know what I'm saying? He was fucking with this nigga from out there. You know, that nigga was from Chicago as well. He was from Parkway Gardens, man. He was BD, one of the BDs and shit, man. You know, like I thought he was a cool nigga, man. He used to dress fly. He was a hustler. He was out there doing his motherfucking thing. I was just doing mine, you know what I'm saying? But it was always something fishy about the nigga. I can't lie. So every once in a while, just every once in a while, somebody would be like, you know, they say that nigga got that package. And I'll be looking at their ass like, man, you know, they be spreading rumors about niggas all the time. So I wouldn't be surprised if a motherfucker said that. Y'all ain't saying that shit when y'all hanging out with this nigga. So I don't believe that, man. I don't know if I can hang around a nigga with HIV AIDS and I know that the nigga fucking bitches and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't want to hang around no nigga like that. So that just separates me from a lot of other guys. But anyway, man, one day I go to my homeboy house because my homeboy let him stay there for a little while and shit. And my homeboy told me, he said, man, this lady, man, she got a couple of niggas out here from the city, man. They trying to kill Buddy. I said, they trying to kill Buddy for what? He was like, man, he was fucking on a 14-year-old daughter, man. And you know that nigga got that package. That's the first time that it actually like hit me in the head, hit me in the face that he really must have been sick with HIV AIDS. Now, my thing is grown men. That's why little girls, if I was talking to my child, to my daughter, I would tell her, do not fuck with a grown man, man. They got grown man diseases and they've been through a lot more women. Like, you don't want to get a disease from a grown man. You know what I'm saying? It's bad to get a disease anyway, period. But from a grown man, that shit just makes it that much worse. All right, so I go to my homie house and it's the ladies outside banging on the door. Where that nigga at? Where that nigga at? Buddy, like, man, he ain't here. I told you he don't live here. You know what I'm saying? He just be coming over here, but he don't live here, man. Woo woo. So he told me that he said, man, you know, they say the nigga got that package, man. I say, damn, why you fucking with this nigga then, man? Look at the trouble that's coming to your doorstep from fucking with this nigga. Then he broke down and tell me, he's like, you know, the shorty 14 years old. I say, she 14 years old? Man, boy, they pressed charges on that nigga. The police arrested him. Come to find out, he been knew he had HIV, man. He been knew he had HIV from years ago. Some white chick he was fucking with was a heroin addict, doing needles and shit, man. She gave it to him and he gave it to the little girl, man. So I'm reading the police report. You know, Nancy Grace is all on top of the story. This shit is worldwide news, man, at this point. Once he got arrested, that shit was worldwide fucking news. A grown man, like 37, 36, give a 14-year-old girl HIV. That shit was worldwide news, y'all. So anyway, Nancy Grace came up there. She spoke about the shit, made the nigga look terrible, which he was, you know what I'm saying? But my thing was the stories that Shorty said about him. Shorty said that he never used the condom. He never used the condom, you know, and he was having sex with her. And I was like, oh shit. Now this shit really hit me. It's hitting me hard, man. I'm like, I feel like very upset as a man, emotionally damaged. I can't believe I was hanging around smoking blunts behind a nigga with HIV that gave that shit to a 14-year-old girl. Like, oh my God, man, I'm just feeling crazy. And then one thing just hit me, man, because everybody used to go over this guy's house. Everybody used to go over there. One thing hit me, man, and it was this female that I knew from the hood, man. A female from my hood and from bro hood too. Like, she seen the nigga, right? Because we told her, yeah, come on through the crib, come hang out with us. So she see the nigga, and he's younger than her. She's older than him because me and her the same age. Bro, he like 10, maybe 8 years younger than us. So she see the nigga. As soon as she see him, she was like a motherfucking moth attracted to a flame, bro. Now, mind you, this nigga got HIV/AIDS, but she's like a moth attracted to a goddamn flame. She's on a nigga, man. Woo woo. Like, and she thick, beautiful, cute, funny, all that shit, man. Shorty, she threw it on that nigga, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, she could have had anybody else that was around, but she saw the dreadlocks. She saw a nigga that was younger than her. She saw the money he was making, how he was hustling, and she, which was 8 years older than this guy, jumped on this guy, man. And the first day they met, I can remember that. If I would have knew the nigga had AIDS, I would have told Shorty, like, look, man, you know they saying he had AIDS, which somebody did tell me that. But at that point, I'm like, man, y'all be spreading all these goddamn rumors about motherfuckers. That nigga look healthy as hell. You know, he out there kind of swole, making money, hustling, you know what I'm saying? But she jumped on the nigga, man. She jumped on him and all that shit. I'm talking about a bad bitch, man. Nice ass body. She just was from our neighborhood, and we all end up meeting up out of town and shit, man. So the bitch bad than the motherfucker, y'all. I'm telling you, man. She jumped all on the nigga, man. So they fucking around for a few months, bro. All of this shit come out to where he got the 14-year-old girl. He had ended up giving her HIV, man, and her mom and them was looking for him. So now this shit come out. We see Shorty. I'm like, man, you hear about your boyfriend? She said, that ain't my man. That wasn't my boyfriend. We ain't never did nothing. Bitch, stop lying, man. I seen the way you was on that nigga when you first seen him. It's like she let the looks of the dreadlocks. You know how these women want these thugs. And she's 8 years older than this man. This man is out there passing out HIV. Nobody told. I was so upset with the fact that nobody told her. If I would have really had evidence that he had AIDS, like those niggas that was really close to him, the niggas that was really close to him, they knew. But if I would have really had evidence, man, I would have put a bug in Shorty ear like, look, man, come here. Let's go to the liquor store real quick, go grab some drink. Hey, you don't want to fuck with dude, man. He got that package, man. I would have told her that, man, because just like I'm gonna go back to the 14-year-old girl that he did get AIDS to. She said he never used condoms, he never had them, he just didn't get no fuck. He was just busting in every chick that he was fucking with, bro. And I can believe that, man. That's what I'm saying about these grown man diseases. Now, THF crack, I'm not saying that he got HIV, AIDS, none of that shit, man. But what I am saying is that little girl, that 13-year-old girl that he had, it could have been a situation and like what I'm telling y'all about this nigga, this other nigga that was from Parkway Gardens, that was BD, the same shit that these niggas did. So now we got him, we got the nigga out here that I knew that was from Parkway, and we got Duty Low that had those accusations against him, man. You know, and it's like, damn, what's going on, man? All them accusations going against the O Block niggas, like that shit don't even seem right. But guess what, man? Memo 600, man, one of my favorite people. God, please keep Memo 600 safe. Keep Memo safe, man. He deserves to be here clowning and trolling motherfuckers, man. I like when Memo troll, man. You know, Memo said they playing with little kiddies. You know what I'm saying? They playing with little kiddies, man. He cracked a joke on the shit. But, I don't know if the man innocent or guilty, but it seemed like he could be guilty, man. Like he had her hostage, kidnapping, and all that type of shit, man. So y'all tell me how y'all feel about that particular situation in the comment section, man. Thank God that he's not like the nigga that was out of town fucking that 14-year-old girl that gave that girl HIV AIDS. And I'm pretty sure that he gave my friend that I grew up with, I'm pretty sure he ended up hitting her raw, man, because she was a grown woman. She was ready. I'm talking about, man, you know how it is. Like she was thirsty for the nigga, man, and she ain't even have to be that thirsty, bro. And that's what happens when you thirsty. When you thirst for some shit, you end up getting some shit you don't even fucking want, bro. When you thirst for some shit, you definitely end up getting some shit that you wasn't asking for, man. And that's what she ended up doing. And to this day, man, she's still saying that she still look thick and all of that, and still look good and shit, sexy, all that shit. But I wouldn't want to stick nothing in. I try to get away from her now. Now don't come over here to me, because you wanted that young nigga that was out there hustling. You know what I'm saying? You ain't want no old nigga with a job. You want the young nigga that was 8 to 10 years younger than you, was out there hustling, man, fucking on a 14-year-old girl, gave her HIV/AIDS, man. That shit was ridiculous, man. But you know, I'm just glad that the young lady in the Chicago situation with THF crack, nobody's saying that crack has HIV, but that's the type of shit that can happen, man. I don't know if this little girl was walking around shaking her little tail feather in front of all these grown men. I don't know that part. But what I do know is he bogus anyway, man. If this shit is true, bro, he's definitely bogus. He's out of pocket, and they need to deal with him when he make it inside Cook County Jail. Well, he's already inside that motherfucker. But they need to deal with the situation at hand, man. You can't do that to the kids in the community, man. We got to protect our kids. All right. So enough of that situation. I'm gonna slide on to the 600 breezy situation, and I'm gonna make that really quick because I'm about to get up out of here. I've been up here 30 minutes, and I'm about to get on my game. I just got off work, and I had to come together with some type of content for you guys. All right, so a lot of people were saying that they feel like 600 breezy is out here snitching on his latest Vlad TV interview, blaming everything on King Von. You know, saying shit like, yeah, if King Von was out, man, he'd have a Rico who out the band, like he did the shit. You know what I'm saying? Now, okay, 600 breezy, he might have been just a little bit too much excited when he sat on the couch with Vlad TV. But what I can say is I don't think that he's snitching, man. He's telling stories. They asking questions. If he felt like it was some shit that would make him look bad, make him look like a snitch, I don't think 600 Breezy would do that shit, man. So shout out to 600 Breezo, man. Keep doing your interviews. Don't be like the rest of them niggas that don't do interviews. Keep your name in the air. You know what I'm saying? Start you a podcast like them other niggas. You know what I'm saying? Talk. Open your mouth, speak the truth, man. Tell us how the hood was wrong when they did this and they did that. You know what I'm saying? We need voices like 600 Breezy to be here. Like I said, God, please protect these 600 niggas, man, because they be saying some shit that OTF don't like. They be saying some shit that OTF don't like, man. They be doing some shit that OTF don't like because everybody was pissed off with 600 Breezy when he let that nigga Charleston White walk up out of that motherfucking house without even smacking him. He's supposed to smack the fire from his ass. Don't beat him up, punch him out, all that shit, but smack the fire out of him. But Charleston White proved once again that he is what he say he is on the internet. And if he would have smacked Charleston White probably would have cut him, man. He would have cut him, I believe. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, just keep doing your thing, Breezo. Don't worry about them niggas, man. They not gonna let y'all in the door, man. You and Memo 600 is barred from OTF. Evidently, man. Y'all barred from OTF. So, you know, if y'all got some shit, y'all the insiders, man. Y'all let us know, man. Let me know. I'm gonna talk about the shit with you, bro. I'm gonna boost it up. But man, y'all tell me how y'all feel about these three subjects that I talked about tonight, man. In the comment section, share the video, like it, whatever you got to do, man. Hit that subscribe button because YouTube keep taking my goddamn subscribers, and I really need some motherfucking subscribers, man. So hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, tell your friends about the show, whatever. I'll be back later with more news and commentary. Peace.